In this video, I will show you how to create thumbnails using the figure element. So first, let's make a couple of changes to our project. First, we will replace the H1 content. So we're going to remove product of the week, and we will take the name of the product from the fig caption tag and move it inside the H1 element. Now, open description.txt. This file is, you can find this folder, you can find this file on your assignment 8 folder. So after you open this file, take the description of the product and the price and copy it and paste them within the fig caption tag. Add a break at the end of the sentence and make the price stand out using a strong tag. Save it. We're gonna indent it a little bit. That's okay. Save the changes. Before checking the changes on Chrome, go to your CSS and remove the property that makes the figure caption being bold. Save your changes and now check on Chrome. Oops, I need to remove that. There you go, better. Now we can start working on the thumbnails. These thumbnails will display items that customers have bought. First, let's add a paragraph and add the sentence "customers who bought this product also bought" to our project. So we're gonna create a paragraph after the fig caption. We're gonna go back to our description and we're gonna copy this sentence and we're gonna paste it. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. We're gonna paste it in this paragraph. We're gonna save our changes, refresh, and now we can see that we have the paragraph. So now copy the figure element and paste it after the paragraph element. Now add a class called column to this figure. Then replace the cat.jpg with flying bats. Make sure that you change the alternative text to flying bats. Then remove the content from the caption. Create an A element with a href attribute of products Actually, because this cat it's within the products folder, the only thing that you need to do is add the name of the file. So you can add flying.html. I know that we haven't created the files, and that's okay. So just create the link and then add the name flying bats. Save changes. And now we have a link, flying bats, that points out to products. Even though we won't create the page at this point, that's okay. And we have the image and the link. So again, copy the figure and do the same thing for a 16 inches ugly rat and a mini strobe light. So now I have created 3 figures. One contains the flying bats, the other one contains the 16 inches rat, and the other one contains the mini strobe light. So if I save my changes and refresh, I have this now. Now go to your CSS. Use the column as selector, and we're gonna create a rule to make the figures to float to the left. Then we're gonna create another, we're gonna change the property width to 31.333333. So we're gonna put 7 threes over there. And we're gonna add a margin top and bottom of 10 XPs, and we're going to add a margin left and right of 1%. Now save those changes, and now we have our products here. At this point, these images are a little too big for my taste, so we're gonna create another rule set to set the width of the images to 50% of its containers. That looks better. After this, we want to make changes to the CSS to accommodate other devices. First, let's add a clear both to the side and section elements in this media query, so elements don't flow on top of each other. So here, we're going to add clear both. Then in the last media query on the 479, we're going to create 2 rule sets. The first one will make the figure element to use 90% of the space, so with 95%. And then we're going to add a margin top and bottom of 15 XPs, and we're gonna left and right, it's gonna be auto. So we save that. That's one of the rule sets. The other, we're gonna use again column and column image, because I want to target these images here, and we're gonna set the width of those images to 25%. Save the changes, and I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. I'm gonna inspect my page. Now I'll see that my images are 25%, and then that the images move around depending of their container. So that's how you use the figure element to create these little thumbnails